Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here. I'm back on the range today, and we are going to be doing some more 6 Creedmoor testing. Last time out, we tested H4350 with the 109 burgers in Hornady brass, comparing it to the same load in alpha brass. And we got horrible groups, and we got way low on the, our velocity was way low. Today we're going to try to correct that. So y'all sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. Alrighty, so we got our regular target back up. No more big targets. I'm not shooting my son's Grendel. Since we just cleaned the rifle, we're going to have a 3-round fouling group. Then we're going to shoot 39.0, 39.2, and 39.4, and I will explain why we're doing that when we get back to the table. Let me get the target cam set up so we can get rolling. So I said I was going to explain it when I got back to the table. Well, I'm going to explain it on the way. So out of the alpha brass, 38.2 grains of H4350 was shooting exactly like 35.3 grains of Varget and giving me the same velocity, right at 2850. But when that 38.2 grain charge was in Hornady brass, whether it was once fired or new, our velocities dropped either right to or just below 2800, and the groups opened up. So I played in Gordon's and found that 1 grain bump, well, I did a water weight test and found that the Hornady brass held 1 grain more water than the alpha brass, which could be the explanation for the lower velocity. So I looked at Gordon's and I bumped the charge 1 grain, and lo and behold, said we should be right at 2850. So we're going to test 39, 39.2, which is a 1 grain bump, and 39.4. Simple as that. And for those new to the channel, this is my Solus 6 Creedmoor that I built starting from just the receiver. It has a Solus 26-inch barrel chambered in 6 Creedmoor. It has an EC tuner brake, which for my rifle right at 2850, it likes position number 6. I'm running a MDT Oryx chassis with an MDT ground pod, and I've got the MDT vertical grip, a barricade stop from Anarchy Outdoors, and a JKL bag rider. I have a Vortex Venom 5x25 scope, and have my Garmin mounted to the chassis on a mount that I got picked up from Zero Fox Given. So this rifle now has right at 600 rounds through it. We just cleaned it. We just scoped the bore. The chamber and the throat look beautiful. So we're going to put 3 rounds downrange to foul the bore, and then we're going to proceed to start testing. So give me a minute. Alrighty, let me pull the chamber flag out. And since it's been a hot minute, I want to get a dry fire or 2 in. I have this trigger set to 1.5 pounds. I had intended to drop the trigger pull to 1 pound. And I forgot to. Next time I clean the rifle, I think I'm going to pop it out of the chassis and make sure everything down inside is clean as well. And at that point, I'll drop the trigger pull. Okay. This is 3 rounds. This is some leftover ammo, so it should be 35.3 grains of Varget, but it's mixed brass, which is why we're using it for a fouling group. And it is the 109 Burger. So we're going to shoot the fouling group on the left-hand dot. Here we go. I'm going to hold, that's odd, why am I dialed up to 5? Interesting. Okay, we're going to hold 12 o'clock on that. Well, we're going to hold 6 o'clock on that dot, left-hand dot. 6 o'clock. .44.6. .2795.5. That's most likely a result of mixed brass. .2799.5. Okay, our foulers are out of the way. So, what we had Lapua brass, Hornady brass, and new Hornady brass. We also had, so the Lapua brass probably gave us the velocity right at where we should be. The Hornady brass gave us 50 feet per second slower. It's amazing how much difference a piece of brass can make. But for a fouling group on a freshly cleaned bore, that looks pretty darn good. Before I go any further, I need to change battery because I can see that battery is just about out. I'll bring you right back. Okay, let me get the chronograph reset. And I want my sheet up here because I want to keep track. Okay, this is going to be 39.0 grains of H4350, pushing the 109 grain Burger out of Hornady brass. Okay, 39.0 on the second dot in from the left. Let's bring that down a little bit. I had it, for whatever reason, I dialed it up to like 7/10. That's why I changed from top of the dot to bottom of the dot. And before I go any further, for those that don't understand, because I get comments all the time, you need to adjust your scope. You're never hitting where you're aiming. No, I'm hitting where I'm aiming. I'm aiming at the target and I'm hitting the target. The spot on the target I'm pointing at is not what I want to hit. It's just my spot to point at. It's called an aim point. The rest of the cardboard is my target. And all I want to do is hopefully put all my shots in the same general area, in the same spot on the cardboard, regardless of where I'm pointing the scope. Okay. This rifle is zeroed, and I purposely have it up 0.4 of a mil to not hit my aim point. Okay, holding yeah, I'm going to hold bottom of the dot. 39.0. Yeah, I probably should have held top of the dot. Oh well. Oh, let's see. Forgot to give you the velocity on the first shot. Second shot was 28.95. That's running a little bit fast. Our extreme spread so far is 15. And if our average is 29.03, that means we were 29.10 for the first shot. Well, that bugs me that that's running so fast, but it is what it is. We'll find a happy medium. $28.99.9, and wow, I'm not catching my brass at all today. Yeah, $28.99.9. That was weird. Couldn't tell if it felt like the firing pin moved, or maybe it was the round moving up in the magazine. I heard it through the chassis. Okay, continuing on. $29.15.4. Come on, Mikey. $28.83.4. So 39.0 gave us an average of 2901.0 with a 32.0 extreme spread and an 11.3 standard deviation. Not real pleased with those numbers and a little bit surprised at the velocity. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to put my barrel cooler in. The barrel's warm already. Okay. Well, while the barrel cooler was doing its thing, I ran down, made sure target cam's still running, and looked at that group. A little surprised. It shot way better than the previous run. A little surprised at the velocity, and I'm surprised that it was hitting a little bit lower. If I was dialed up half a mil and holding at the bottom of that 1-inch dot, I should have been hitting half an inch above the dot. Okay, so we're still at half a mil. I'm going to change my aim point to 12 o'clock. We're going to shoot 39.2, even though they're running faster than I want. Okay. And I'm going to hold 12 o'clock on the dot. 39.2 grains H4350, pushing the 109 burger out of Hornady brass. $28.72.9. Which almost makes me wonder if I put them in the stinking box in the wrong order. But we'll see. Continuing on. $28.82.5. $29.09.2. $28.85.9. $29.07.4. Okay, our 5-shot average. $28.91.8. Extreme spread 36.3. Standard deviation 14.3. And it doesn't look like half bad a group. Still doesn't explain why the first batch was running faster. The last run here, I only have 4 rounds left because I only had 4 pieces of Hornady brass ready to go. So we are going to push those. And these are supposed to be the 39.4, which would be correct because I loaded those last. So I don't know. Okay, 39.4 on the right-hand dot. I will continue to hold 12 o'clock on the dot. So we got 4 rounds. $29.08.7. $28.88.4. $28.95.1. That's the first. That's what the sproing noise was. That was the magazine. I might need to strip that magazine and clean it. Still got grit in it from the match. I didn't even think about that. Last shot. 2889.1. So our 4-shot average at 39.4 gave us 2895.3. Extreme spread 20.3, and a standard deviation of 8.1. Okay, what I don't have an answer for is why the lowest charge at 39.0 was running the fastest. Strange. I don't have an answer for that one. I don't even have a good guess. But since I do them one charge at a time, I know I'm not out of order. So I'll throw the charges for 39. I will seat the bullets for charges of 39. I will put 39 in the box. Then I will do 39.2. Put them in the box. Then I'll do 39.4, put them in the box. And then I notate where they are in the box. So they're not out of order. Okay, let me go pull that target and we'll go see how we did. Alrighty, well, I hoofed it on down. I pulled that target, brought it back, measured it up. Let's take a look. My following group, which was 35.3 grains of Varget, pushing the 109 grain burger, gave us a okay group at 0.199 inches for my following group. That might have been tighter had it not had that first oil shot, huh? Cold bore, clean bore. 39.0. I should have held 12 o'clock on the dot, not 6 o'clock, because I almost wiped out my aim point. What I can't explain is why 39.0 was running so fast. They were running 29.01 on average and gave us a 0.457 inch group, 5-shot group. 39.2, which I hoped was going to be giving us 28.50, gave us 28.91 and a 0.430 inch group. Respectable. 39.4 gave us a 28.95 and a 0.705 inch group. This is also a 4-shot group, not a 5-shot group. And I didn't cool the bore between the 39.2 and 39.4 because I was getting hot in the sun. I wanted to get done. That could have something to do with that. I don't know. 39.2 shot the best, shot the slowest. I need to try to knock about 40 feet per second off of that. We know 38.2 takes us down to 28. So probably we might retry at 38.6, 38.8 and see what happens. Maybe. We might try that. Okay, let's go blah, blah, blah for a moment. Well, that was interesting. Didn't quite work out the way I had anticipated. We got a decent group at 39.2. We're just running a little bit faster than I want to. I suppose it could be the temperature. I didn't think 4350 was that temperature sensitive. Possible it is, but I think I'll remake some Hornady ammo with 4350 and try 38. Yeah, we might try 38.5, 38.7, 38.9. That way there we got 3 tries. Getting the speed up a little bit definitely made the Hornady loaded ammo shoot a tighter group, because at 38.2 it was shooting almost an inch. We speed up 100 feet per second, and it shrunk half an inch. I could run at 2890 feet per second because I want to stay below 2900. It's just a hair faster than I want to be playing. I want to be in that 2850 range. And that is all my own choice to try to extend the barrel life, which now we've got, let's see, that's 14, 17. We're halfway into what I would want my barrel to be fouled before I go to a match, which is okay because I have more testing to do. Clean bore, we're running good. Some people say you run slower on a clean bore. I'm not seeing it on this rifle. I'm really surprised at the size of my fouling group, under a 0.2 inch group. Granted, it was only 3 shots, but if I had 2 more that I put there, they wouldn't have been much bigger. That is a shooting load. Okay, I think I've had enough for the day. I think it's time to pack up my toys and go home. I really do appreciate y'all hanging with me, as always. And like the shirt says, Halfmilesniper reminding y'all, stay strapped or get clapped, carry everywhere you can. Get a CCW if you need one. You are your own protection. It's been a great day on the range. I really do appreciate y'all hanging with me. Thank you so much. Our subscriber count keeps climbing. Please double check. We did have a couple of day period where we had drops, which that happens when YouTube does their thing of just unsubscribing people without their knowledge. So double check your subscriptions. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate that. Doesn't cost you anything other than the calories needed to click the button, but that's okay. If you don't want to subscribe, I'm cool with that too. I'd be out here doing this anyways, whether I had a camera in front of me or not. So, hey, as always, I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Y'all stay safe, keep shooting. We'll catch you next time. Send it. Hit.